everybody, my name is Deesta here. Welcome back to another video. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a tier list of just various restaurants, whether that's sit down with a menu, have a waiter, or if that is just basic fast food. We're going to be doing that shit as a tier list. We got a big chunk of the list that's currently a never had, just because some of these either A, I've just never had, or B, they're just not sold near me. Like, I would love to have Jack in the Box, but I just can't. So we got 5 tiers here. We got absolute banger, very good, solid, a bit stinky, and absolute shitter. So up first we got Applebee's. We're starting with the fucked one off the gate, lads, because Applebee's is one of the hardest ones for me to actually like name and like put into words what I feel about it.
Let me just say this, Applebee's, right, is super fucking awesome, but the price of it, just comparatively to other places, kind of makes it not worth it in the damn slightest.
That's another thing that I forgot to mention. This is also judging like the affordability of it all. And honestly, in terms of Applebee's, I think that in terms of the sit-down restaurants, I think it's one of the best, but it's just not that great, you know what I mean? Like Logan's Roadhouse, I would say, kind of beats its ass a little bit. I think for now, I'm gonna keep it at like the top of solid, because either way I go, up or down, it doesn't feel right. Up next, my God. All right, we got Raising Cane's up next, off the gate. I would say that, to be completely honest with you, lads, Raising Cane's is a damn close tie for my favorite restaurant of all time. I absolutely fucking love Raising Cane's. I have never had such a good, consistent experience at a restaurant than I have with Raising Cane's. It's like a personal thing that they have with me. I don't understand. Literally every time I walk into a Cane's, the food is made immediately. There's virtually no wait time, and the food fucking kicks ass every damn time. There's never a time where Raising Cane's just ain't the vibe today. Literally, you ask me at any point in the day, hey, are you up for Cane's? And there's gonna be a damn high chance that I'm gonna be down all damn day. I love Cane's so much, it's to the point that I literally have the fucking founder of the restaurant framed in my kitchen. It was a dare, but I did it, and it's still there to this day. Raising Cane's is the top of S tier literally all day. There is no conversation. Burger King, baby. Burger King. Okay, this is Burger King is gonna be a weird one, because this is one of the ones where I know that I'm in the wrong. You ever had one of those? You ever have an opinion that's so fucking terrible that you know that it's wrong, but you still enjoy it at the end of the day? That's how I feel with Burger King. Like, every single time that I ask someone what their opinion on Burger King is, or I watch another tier list video about someone talking about it, it's like the bottomless shitter all damn day. But in my opinion, I don't really think it's that bad. Like, it's really not. Looking at this, there are a couple major ass controversies that I have coming up, and Burger King is like the start of them all. Like, I'd probably say it's honestly just tied with Applebee's. Like, I like going there. The price doesn't make it worth it at all, because it is expensive as shit for some reason, Burger King is. But it's not bad though. Like, it's just okay. It's just fine, decent shit. Shit, honestly, I would rather go to Burger King than a lot of fucking places on this entire list anyway. So fucking there you go. I think honestly, I'm gonna move it just to the bottom of very good. I genuinely think that it's okay. It's not terrible. White Castle. This is the hardest one of all damn time. This is kind of like Burger King, but like ×2. I don't live close to a White Castle. I think genuinely the nearest White Castle to me is like an hour drive, but I've still had it many times because of that, just from like traveling and shit. And I gotta be honest with you, man, White Castle is probably the most difficult thing on this entire list to do, because White Castle is fucking disgusting. It tastes like mucus. It is mushy. It is garbage. It doesn't even taste like a burger, but at the same time, I like it. Can someone explain that to me, please? If somebody told me with the full confidence in their voice that White Castle is the worst food that they've ever had, in no scenario would I think that they're full of shit. But at the same time, I kind of like it, and I don't know why. I just really like their food. I really like the sliders. The fries are just generic. They honestly feel like they were bought at a store, the fries do. And then they got like the chicken rings. Like, it's really not terrible. I would say that Burger King does beat the ass of White Castle, but these are like the two like most controversial burger spots on this entire list. And I don't know. I don't think White Castle is that bad, but I will also fully get it if somebody says it's terrible. I don't know. If there was like a tier between these two, it would go there. I think for now, I'm gonna put it at the very bottom of solid. If there's 15 things in solid, White Castle will be the last of them. But White Castle is just so interesting to me because I like it, but it's terrible. And I know that it's terrible, but I still enjoy it for some reason. I don't know why, man. Five Guys, man. Why is the logo for Five Guys so small?
All right, lads, listen up. We're gonna hit you with another controversy, lads. I'm probably the most controversial person when it comes to talking about Bell restaurants like this, man.
Out of everything that we have on this list, this is the one that might piss the most people off. Because I know damn well that there's like a lot of college kids and all that kind of shit who go to like Five Guys on a daily basis and all that, right? Let me just say this. As a person who has had Five Guys maybe like 4 or 5 times in my entire life, I can confidently say that Five Guys is fucking probably the worst burger restaurant I think I've ever been to. Now, let me say this, person who has Burger King and Very Good and White Castle and Solid with Five Guys and shitter. Let's just get the elephant out of the room for a second. Five Guys is a scam. I mean, it just genuinely is. It is, without a doubt, the most basic mid-food you will ever have in your life. But what makes it so insulting is the fact that the fucking prices at Five Guys are actually insanely criminal. Because you don't get anything in, like, package deals. You have to get everything by its own thing. So you can't like how you can like go to a McDonald and just get like a burger meal that comes with a fry and a drink. You can't do that at Five Guys. You have to get every single item as its own thing, and all of that is stupid fucking money, dude. Like a burger is like $12, a fry is like $5, and then a drink is like $4. Genuinely, if you were to just go into a Five Guys and just get a burger fry drink combo, no shit, it would probably cost you maybe over $20 just for you. And not only that,
But it's in general just mid as shit.
it'd be one thing if it was one of the best fucking places on the entire planet, but lad, my god, is it not? It genuinely aggravates the shit out of me when people say that Five Guys is even halfway decent, because the only people who say that it's halfway decent are the people who just got done spending $75 for 3 sandwiches, bro. Like, Five Guys is literally just a more expensive Burger King. Like, you can ask me any day of the week and I would rather go to Burger King than Five Guys, because at least Burger King is like half the price of Five Guys, even though Burger King is also in itself expensive as shit. Yeah, Five Guys is a damn stinker, bro. Absolutely not. Get Five Guys the fuck out. Carl's Jr., we got a lot of burger restaurants right off the gate, dude. We have a lot of them. We're kind of getting all the burger places like done first. Okay, Carl's Jr., I have said this many times just in real life, just with friends and shit like that. Carl's Jr. is literally just Burger King, but better. That's all it is. No different at all. It is just a better Burger King. That is it. It's like identical price. It genuinely feels like it's identical food besides the fries. The fries are super different. But it like the burger, like wise, it is genuinely the same fucking place, just better and more quality. You know what I mean? I feel really bad though having Carl's Jr. and Very Good though. That doesn't feel right to me. I'm probably just gonna move both of these down to solid, honestly. We're gonna add another tier called Sure Why Not, because I need something here to help me out. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move White Castle down to Sure Why Not, and as well Applebee's. We're gonna move Applebee's down as well. This list is already just cancer, bro. Dairy Queen. Okay, here's the thing about Dairy Queen.
I don't like it.
Dairy Queen is really, really cool, like, on occasions, or just, like, by itself. It's fine, I guess, but, like, there has literally never been a scenario where I'm like, damn, Dairy Queen do be sounding nice. I had one of their big-ass, fattening, fucking, like, 10 billion calorie ice cream cakes before. Those were pretty fire, but just like a Blizzard, you know, I'd rather just not have one than to have one, if that makes sense. Dairy Queen genuinely is one of the most overrated restaurants of all time, just because it's just fine. Like, it doesn't do anything fun or creative or different. It's not really that good. The hot food there is fucking atrocious. I think that out of hot foods, Dairy Queen is probably the worst of everything. It doesn't insult me to the same level of Five Guys does, but I would say that it's definitely on the bit stinky side. Chick-fil-A, this is another toughie, man, because every time that I have Chick-fil-A, it's either garbage or amazing. It's never in between. Like, this is the least mid restaurant of all damn time. Half the time I go there, we're talking like Tapa-S. It's the best fucking chicken I've ever had in my life. And then you go there the next day and it's like, what the fuck was I thinking? To the point where, honest to God, I'd probably say it's probably just like a sure why not. I think it's okay. If I'm in the area, Chick-fil-A, you know, I want chicken, nothing really else sounds fine. Fuck it, you know, let's just do it. Taco Bell, baby. I fucking love me some Taco Bell. I wouldn't say that it's an S tier. I genuinely wouldn't. Because there are some times where Taco Bell genuinely just does sound like the worst fucking shit imaginable. But there are more times than not where Taco Bell is just like, oh, nothing sounds better right now than, Doritos Locos Tacos with fucking cinnamon twists, Pepsi, burritos, like all of that shit is just next level. Okay, now these next two, I put these together on purpose because they practically are tied in terms of my opinion, and that is Arby's and Denny's. Arby's and Denny's I was gonna put and never had, and the reason why is because I've only had Arby's and Denny's once each. So my opinion on them, I feel like isn't correct no matter where it goes, because especially Denny's, for example, I haven't even had in like 7 years, but I do remember that it was just okay. Same with Arby's, it was just kind of lame. Like, it wasn't really anything good at all, and I haven't had it since because I just, to be honest with you, didn't want it, and haven't had it since because I just don't fucking like it that much. And Denny's had just completely flown under the radar for me, so I think what I'm gonna do, honestly, is I'm gonna put Denny's in a bit stinky, and I would be genuinely insulted putting any of these next to fucking Arby's. So honestly, we're gonna put Arby's also in shitter, but it's not personal like Five Guys is, you know what I mean? It's kind of just in shitter by default. CC's Pizza, lad. I can't fucking believe this, man. CC's Pizza had the most bullshit story of all time. When I was in elementary school, we had a CC's Pizza in the town that I lived in, and the literal second, I don't even know how the fuck this happened, but it genuinely felt like the day that I hit puberty, like that teenager starting area, they shut down the CC's Pizza. Now the nearest one to me is like fucking like a 7-hour drive or some crazy shit like that. To the point where I have not had CC's Pizza similar to Arby's and Denny's in the biggest time span of a lifetime. But the reason why I didn't put it with Arby's and Denny's is because I had it so fucking much when I was a kid, man. Every like 2 or 3 weeks I was at fucking CC's Pizza having a blast of a lifetime. So no matter what, I can't give it anything bad. But it's also impossible practically for me to get nowadays, so I don't really know where to put it. I kind of like the idea of just keeping it in Sure Why Not, because if there were to be a scenario where I am in contact range of a CC's Pizza, I'm fucking all over that shit just to have it again, just to relive the memory. But I do kind of remember that the food was a bit on the whatever side. So I think that with everything into consideration, I'd say that it's probably just like the bottom of Sure Why Not. Culver's, man. Culver's is a weird one because this bitch is a roller coaster. It kind of does have the same problem that like Burger King and like Five Guys does a little bit, where it's like way too much money, and you know that it's too much money. Kind of, it feels very obvious that they're fucking you. But the food, though, it's not too bad. In fact, I'd say that Culver's is actually kind of super flame. And to be fair with you, so far, I'd say it's the best burger restaurant we got so far. Now we got Domino's. When I first had Domino's, I wanted to literally jump off a cliff because of how bad it made me feel. Every time I had Domino's, I wanted to actually strangle myself because I get myself food poisoning. But lately, I've been kind of coming around to it, you know what I mean? I kind of have, I've tried it more, and I feel like the more that I try Domino's, the more I like it, you know what I mean? Because it's really not bad. It's genuinely not. I don't think Domino's has a fucking say in anything in terms of the best pizza restaurant of all time. You name me the best pizza restaurant, and if Domino's comes out of your mouth, I'm gonna fucking smack the shit out of you. But just in general, I don't think it's too bad. I think it's just cool. I like it. It's a nice little thing to have every now and then. Honestly, what Burger King is to burgers, Domino's is to pizza. So I think I'm just gonna chuck it at like the top of solid. Wendy's, lads. Okay, here is one of the biggest controversies that is gonna be had in this video, right? If you haven't lost all credibility to me so far, you will now. I genuinely believe that Wendy's is the most mid place to get a fucking sandwich I have ever seen. The amount of overrated that Wendy's is genuinely blows my mind, because like, it's not bad. Like, it's definitely not like a fucking Arby's situation or like a Dairy Queen where it's just like, you're dumb if you go here. It is the most fine 5 out of 10 mid-meal of all time that everybody just gasses up. Genuinely, I would say it's better than White Castle, but that's it. Like, it's genuine like that. Wendy's is a Sure Why Not place. Wendy's is definitely better than White Castle is. Is it better than Chick-fil-A though? I honestly don't know. They're kind of like perfectly tied. They even look the same too with the font. Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not really the world's biggest donut guy, but when I do have them from Dunkin',
They do kind of smack a bit.
I think Krispy Kreme is way better, but Dunkin' is not too bad either. So honestly, I'm okay with just like somewhere and Sure Why Not, because like, they're donuts. You can't really go there with the intention of being hungry. You kind of go there just with the intention of just doing it for the shit of it and the fun of it. But I feel kind of of bad though, because literally everything in Sure Why Not I would rather get any day of the week than fucking Dunkin' Donuts, but it's also just like, honestly, after looking at this for a little bit, I think I am gonna raise Applebee's up to solid. I kind of do like that. Maybe also Wendy's. Is Wendy's a solid? I don't know, because I really like Carl's Jr. and Burger King way more than Wendy's. Nah, honestly, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep it right there. I like that. IHOP. I can't believe how little things we have at like the top of the list, you know. There's a lot of restaurants on here that are just mid as shit. I didn't really process that. IHOP, lads. Okay, here's the thing with IHOP is IHOP, I absolutely love it. I don't know why. I think that IHOP is very cheap and it's very kind of nasty, very low quality and gross, but similar to White Castle, I fucking love it. Breakfast is like my favorite meal of the day. I love breakfast foods. If I could survive off of just breakfast food, I totally would. Just the pancakes, the waffles, the bacon, eggs, sausage, coffee, sweet teas. Like, the only thing that kind of keeps IHOP a bit down from being like an S tier is, like I said, the food you can kind of tell sometimes is a bit on the lower side in terms of quality. Like, you can tell that it's a bit just kind of slopped together, but it's food that's slopped together that still is a banger at the same time. You know what I mean? You know what? Honestly, I don't give a shit. Call me controversial. I don't care. I'm putting IHOP in very good. I don't give a damn. Starbucks is very strange because it's kind of just like Dunkin' Donuts, where it's just like, I don't really count this as a restaurant. Just count it as like a place to fuck around. Not a single human on the planet says, boy, I'm stuffed. Let me go grab some Starbucks. So lads, let me tell you that out of practically every restaurant on here, I would argue that Starbucks is one of the highest in terms of vibe. Nothing is more fun than just getting Starbucks for the sake of getting Starbucks. Like, you're not thirsty at all. You're not hungry at all. You don't need it. You're not tired by any means, so you don't need the coffee, but you want to go snag some Starbucks? Got no reason to, but I'm down every time. I put it at the top of solid. I like that. Steak and Shake. This is probably the cheapest place on here, like genuinely in terms of getting a burger. If you want a burger, this and McDonald's are like the cheapest spots to go of all time. Like a fucking double burger here and like a thing of fries costs like $4 total. Like, it's actually absurd how good it is. Plus, they got the shakes too, man. Oh my days. And the restaurant itself has like that really nice like 50s diner aesthetic. I actually really like Steak and Shake the more that I think about it. I think it's underrated. I think that Steak and Shake is heavily underrated. I don't think I've ever been there once and had a bad time. Like, that just doesn't happen. I kind of do like Steak and Shake more than practically everything in solid. Honestly, I think I'm gonna raise Domino. KFC, man. Holy shit. Yo, the KFC logo looks crazy as fuck with this. If KFC were to lower their prices by like an extreme amount, then it might genuinely be an S tier. They got like the best biscuits, they got like the best chicken, the best fries, literally everything there is just phenomenal. The only part that fucks you is the price. That's the only thing keeping KFC out of absolute banger, bro. I'm just gonna come out and say right now that without even remote exaggeration, KFC is somewhere in this A tier, bro. It's somewhere in the mix. But where? I also kind of feel like Taco Bell itself might be a bit too high, because now that I'm thinking about it, I would rather go to IHOP any day than go to Taco Bell. So hang on, I think I am gonna make just some quick rearranges. Okay, there we go. I kind of like that. So where does KFC fit in this whole equation, man? I like it more than Culver's, definitely. But is it better than IHOP? Yeah, probably it is better than IHOP, yeah. Damn, so far, second place is KFC. Longhorn Steakhouse, lads. I love me some Longhorn Steakhouse. I don't really go there that often, but when I do, I do genuinely have a really nice time. I don't think it's like a place that I would ever like choose to go, but if I do go there, I enjoy it. I put it above White Castle, but I would much rather go to Chick-fil-A and Wendy's than Longhorn. McDonald's, lad, the main man. Like the Mario of all of the restaurants. What Mario is to video games, McDonald's is to restaurants, lad. Let me just say this, because this is going to be the most disrespectful thing I've ever said in my life. But I genuinely feel like McDonald's is one of the best in terms of just practically any situation. I cannot tell you a single scenario where McDonald's does not sound like it could be fun. You know what I mean? Whether it's a road trip, let's hit at McDonald's on the way. If you're just relaxing at home, just go snag some McDonald's for the fuck of it. You have all your friends over, you want to just go get food somewhere that's cheap and you want to have like a nice big fun time meal, dude, McDonald's is where you're gonna go. Plus, not only that, but they're fucking everywhere. You genuinely in my city cannot go like 2 blocks without finding some version of a McDonald's somewhere there. And not only that, but it's probably honestly the cheapest thing on this entire list. Steak and Shake is pretty cheap too, and Taco Bell is as well if you don't go overboard, but like I think that McDonald's probably is the best on here in terms of just like like the food versus money quality to it, because for not that much money, you can get shitloads of food at McDonald's, plus the fact that they're everywhere, plus the fact that in general, I just think it tastes not too terrible. Honestly, I think that McDonald's is like the top of S. I think you just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with just a nice, just wholesome trip to McDonald's. Olive Garden, get the fuck down. I think that genuinely out of every sit-down restaurant on this entire list, and I think of all time, I think that Olive Garden might be the worst, just my personal opinion. If you get smacked the fuck up by Fazoli's, which is genuinely true, which honestly I don't even think is on this list, but if it was, it'd be like somewhere in the A tier. You know that you fucked up when your overly expensive fucking fancy Italian restaurant can't do shit compared to the Fazoli's fast food restaurant. There's no way. The spaghetti at Olive Garden has literally no flavor. The chicken parm are bricks. It has probably the worst breadsticks out of every, like, Italian restaurant that's on this list. It doesn't, like, aggravate me to as much as Five Guys does, because Five Guys is, like, that just cheap, shitty food that, like, pretends that it's the best thing you'll ever have in your life. When Olive Garden, it does make sense why it's so expensive. It is one of the nicest restaurants on here. It's one of the fanciest restaurants on here. But at the same time, though, the food itself is just fucking miserable. I think in terms of food, Olive Garden probably is the worst on this entire list, but the Five Guys thing just pisses me off so much that I would just by default say it's worse. And Arby's technically is also just down here just by default. I don't really have a beef with Arby's at all, but it's just like, I can't put it next to Dairy Queen. Buffalo Wild Wings, I think it's okay. I think that their wings are great, the burgers are great. I think everything there is just good. I like it. I enjoy it. I probably honestly have like the least to say about Buffalo Wild Wings and B-dubs and shit, just because I just think it's okay. Honestly, I think it's like the bottom of solid. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I've personally never had a bad experience there. I've only had goods, but it's also not to the point where I would like crave it. You know what I mean? Panera Bread. Oh my god, dude. I feel so bad talking about Panera Bread. Panera fell off so hard, it's not even funny. 2023 was the time of Panera. I genuinely think that that was when Panera was at the fucking top of its game, because they had the charged lemonades, which were phenomenal. All of the drinks there were like this self-serve thing. The food itself was phenomenal. Every time that I've had Panera before, just like the actual food there, it's a banger every time. It is way too expensive again. That's kind of like what a lot of these restaurants have the problem of. It's just the fact that for the price, you do get kind of fucked in a lot of these places, and I feel like Panera is one of them, definitely. But it's not like the worst shit on the planet. It's just that like I'm not too sure I would ever go there, because I kind of only went there for the drink aspect. If you want a drink, if you're going somewhere for a drink, Panera used to be like one of the best places of all time, but now I think that it's maybe just like the top of sure why not. Like I would love to go there if I'm invited. Hey, we're all gonna meet up at Panera, you want to come? Fucking yes. But I don't think that anymore on my own I would ever choose to go to Panera, you know what I mean? Okay, next we got Papa John's and Pizza Hut, which I'm gonna do both of these guys at the exact same time, because I genuinely on my life cannot tell you which one I like more. Every single time I have one of them, I immediately say that it's better than the other. These two restaurants are so damn tied in my opinion that I genuinely cannot pick a winner, to the point where I'm just gonna combine the two of them together. Fuck it. And where would they go? Honestly, I think that they would both go like the top of A. I think that they're both fucking phenomenal. I would rather go to KFC, honestly, than have either of these two. Well, maybe not. No, even that is kind of bullshit to me. There we go. I like that. Papa John's and Pizza Hut are the best spots to get pizza. Which one of the two is better? Fucking beats me. Come to think of it, I don't even think Little Caesars is on this list. If it was, it would probably be at like the top of solid. I can kind of respect that. Maybe like tied with Taco Bell, honestly.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Popeyes, man, that is a top of solid if I've ever seen one. I think that it's good. I think it's okay. It's kind of like a combination between like KFC and like Chick-fil-A, where it's like I love the taste of it, but I would also never really choose to go there unless I was just doing it for the hell of it. Like, I don't know. I do think Domino's is better. I think Starbucks is more fun. I would probably say that Burger King, honestly, I like it more. Applebee's, though? Nah. So Red Lobster is kind of mid. I think that the appetizers, those little garlic biscuits, are genuinely some of the best shit I've ever had in my life. The appetizers at Red Lobster are like the top of S tier all day. But just in terms of the actual main course, the restaurant, the fish, that is a bit on the, I'm not too sure, lads. It's kind of like Olive Garden. How Olive Garden is just like this overly expensive, just mid as fuck, like it takes itself too seriously restaurant for Italian food. Red Lobster is the same damn thing to seafood. Like it genuinely is that. The only catch is that the appetizers at Red Lobster fucking slap everything, to the point where I would put it in absolute shitter, but because of those fucking little garlic biscuits, man, I'm putting at the top of stinky. I think that that is a fair thing to do. Red Robin, yum.
Here is a cheeky little fun fact that you may not have known about your boy. And that little fun fact is that my favorite sit-down restaurant of all time is Red Robin. Why? I don't fucking know.
Red Robin is my favorite place to go just to have like a fun, just like meal with friends and all that. Be like, it's just a vibe, dude. It genuinely is just such a vibe. The food is phenomenal. You get infinite fries. All of the appetizers are great. Just the atmosphere of being inside of a Red Robin as well is also just very homely and just like restaurant vibing, and it's just great, dude. I don't think that it's as good as like McDonald's and Cane's is, just because like the quality of Cane's is unmatched and the price of McDonald's is unmatched. But in terms of sit down restaurants where you're okay with spending a little bit of money, Red Robin is fucking like the best bitch by far. Sonic. Okay, Sonic is a weird one as well, because Sonic is one of those places where like I love it so much. I love going there. Every time that I'm there, I have a great time. Super wholesome, but I also don't really go there that often, if that makes sense. Like with Taco Bell, I feel like I have it a lot. And then, like, with McDonald's as well, Cane's and all that, I feel like I'm there a consistent amount. But, like, with Sonic, I'm barely there. You know what I mean? But it's also the fact that, like, every time that I am there, I love it. I have a great time. It's just kind of a rarity for me to go. Like, genuinely, in the last, like, 10 years, I've been there maybe 4 times. But literally, every time that I have Sonic, I have a great time every time. So I'm going to put, like, the top of solid. And then last, we have Subway. Dude, I absolutely adore Subway's meatball subs, man. They are genuinely unmatched how good they are, bro. You ever had one of those while under the influence? You can't get better. I think Subway does have the unfortunate thing, though, where I feel like I do get burnt out from Subway. If I have Subway, like, a lot, or if I have it just, like, more than twice in, like, a very short amount of time, I feel like I get burned out of it fast, where, like, a lot of these restaurants, I can just have multiple times. Like, bitch, I can go to IHOP every fucking day and have a blast. But with Subway, I feel like it's kind of just like a one and done. You have it once, you forget about it. You have it once, you forget about it. You have it once. But every time that you do have it, though, it's fucking awesome. I don't think it has, like, the untouched name of just, like, things like Taco Bell, Culver's, IHOP, Papa John's. I don't think it has, like, that kind of staying power, but I would say that it is right on the line with, like, Burger King, Popeyes, Starbucks, Domino's. I think it literally goes right there flawlessly. I like it better than Domino's. I do not like it better than Sonic, so honestly, I think that's where it's gonna stay. All right, boys, and that is gonna do it. So this video was way longer than I thought it would be. Holy shit, the uncut footage is damn near an hour. That's fun. This may not have been one of the most funny videos that I've ever made, but it's one that I genuinely just would like to give opinions on. I don't know. I like seeing people's, like, restaurant and, like, fast food tier lists, because you get to, like, learn a lot about people, I feel, via their restaurant taste. And based on my opinion, I'm probably gonna have to be locked up. Having Burger King and solid, but Wendy's and sure why not with Five Guys and shitter. Yeah, okay. I would also like to know what other people's opinions are, just because I would love to compare and just contrast and see what kind of differences there are. But for the meantime, I'm gonna end it off right there. So if you enjoyed this kind of content, then the buttons are down there. You know what to do, and have a good one. So goodbye. See ya!